All right, so this is a video that I make almost every single year because the question has a different answer just about every single year. We think a new Switch is coming all the time. We've thought that for a while, still hasn't. Talk about that. But is this a good time in 2023 to buy a Nintendo Switch? Not for sure, but I would say at this point, if you're thinking about buying a Nintendo Switch, it's probably because you're interested in playing Tears of the Kingdom, which that's fair. Very fair. It's a fantastic game. It might be one of the best games ever. But the Switch, even in its 7th year, it's not cheap. It's still full price. So we need to have this discussion one more time. And that's what's kind of sad about this. It might be the last time we have this discussion because we could see a new Switch or a new something next year. Then again, I mean, I guess we could probably make one more video about it maybe next year, but that doesn't matter. Today, we are going to answer the question, is it worth buying a Nintendo Switch right now in 2023? What's up, guys? Welcome back or welcome in for the first time. Do me a favor, jump down in the description of this video. You're gonna find the link over to our podcast channel. We do a podcast every Thursday night over there at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you check that link, get over there, subscribe to that. If you don't want to watch it, you can listen to it on the podcast platform of your choice. It's on all those links below. Now let's talk about this. The Nintendo Switch in 2023. Now we've come a long way. As I said, we're 7 years in at this point. There are a lot of reasons at this point to buy a Nintendo Switch, but there are a few you may want to think about that may make you not want to buy a Switch. One of those, which I think this is crazy. This thing is still full price. In year 7, it is year 7, right? Not 6, it's 7. It's still full price. That is very strange that we're still paying $350 for the OLED, $200 for the Lite, $300 for the regular Switch, and if you get a special edition, especially the Zelda one, it's what, $370? So the Switch at this point, it's not cheap. It's still full price. That may be a reason not to get it, but again, if you're looking to play something like Tears of the Kingdom right now, the Switch is the only place you're gonna be able to get that experience. Yeah, I mean, you could download it illegally and play it on a PC. I guess you could do that. Not really something that I'm really into doing, but I mean, I guess that is to each their own. You can do it if you want to. To be 100% honest, I've thought about this video, making this video for a few weeks, and the more and more I think about it, I really think that right now might be the best time to buy a Switch. And now hear me out. I know I just said it's expensive. You know, you could emulate the games, and you can emulate the games on anything. That doesn't matter. We're looking at what is going to be the complete Switch library when it comes to first-party stuff. The only thing we have left is Everybody 1-2 Switch, which nobody cares about. We have Pikmin 4, which that's a niche game. There are people who are excited for that. I'm not really one of those people, but other than that, we don't have really anything to look forward to on the Switch, but we do have a complete library of a ton of great games, Actually, we have a whole nother systems games on the Switch, almost all of them, except for like 4. We have all the Wii U games ported to the Switch. So all those games that were dying on that console came to the Switch. We have 2 libraries. We've got all the new stuff on the Switch. We've got most of the Wii U stuff, and if I was a betting man, I'd say we're probably gonna get a little bit more of that Wii U stuff this year to kind of fill out the rest of the time we have with the Switch. I mean, they're not just gonna put out nothing. There will be something. But I think right now we have a very good look at, you know, what's on the Switch, and you could take a look at all of it and decide really right there, like, is this something, you know, besides Tears of the Kingdom, is there enough on this system that I can buy this and feel good about having enough to play after the Zelda game that I initially wanted it for? I think the answer to that for a lot of people is gonna be yes. Another thing that has changed a decent amount since the last time we made one of these videos is the online service has bulked up a lot. Now the actual online play is still pretty much the same. It's hit or miss, it's shoddy at best. But they've added Game Boy, they've added Game Boy Advance. I don't even know if they had 64 the last time we made one of these videos, actually. But they have a lot of games on there that you get with the online service. That is a nice perk, and we did talk about that in several videos back when this first happened. We kind of knew this is where this was gonna go. We knew it was gonna build, we knew they were gonna keep adding, and eventually it would be worth the money that you're paying for it. And at this point, I think it's well worth that money. You get all those DLCs with it. You get Animal Crossing DLC, Mario Kart DLC, all kinds of stuff. You're probably seeing some stuff that Jeeb's putting up right now. It's worth it too. It's definitely worth it now. Another thing that we have right now that is a really good thing about the Switch is we have options. And we had options before. You know, we had the regular Switch, we got the gray Joy-Cons, we got the blue and the red, which I don't like the blue and the red, I'm sorry. I know I'm in the minority on that one, but I got gray because I really don't like them. I got white in the OLED because I don't like them. But right now, we have more choices than we've ever had. We've seen special editions be put out and then kind of taken away, but now a lot of those are back. The OLEDs, we've got the Zelda one that's out right now, still out, very easy to get. We've got the Splatoon one that's been re-released, that's pretty easy to get. We've got the Pokemon one that's been re-released, the Scarlet and Violet, it's ugly. I actually have a video on that. If you're new here and you wanna check out what I think about all these Nintendo Switch systems, I actually have a list. I'll link that at the end, that's a good video. But we have that, we've got the white Joy-Cons, we've got the blue and red, we've got the Switch Lite. There's what, 5 different versions of the Switch Lite that are out right now. Then you've still got the regular one, which I don't think you can get in gray anymore, but you can get that in the blue and the red, and you can get it in the Animal Crossing version. So there's so many choices of how you may want your Switch to look. Again, just another reason why right now might be the best time to buy a Switch. You've got options. You've got so many options. It's amazing how many options there are right now. But something we have talked about on the podcast, the reason that all these options might be out there is because they are trying to push the stock they have out. They're trying to move the parts out of these factories so they can start working on whatever's next. Start building whatever's next. Start getting things ready for the Switch 2 or the Switch U or the new Nintendo Switch, whatever it's gonna be, if it's even a Switch, we don't know. Chances are it's probably going to be some type of Switch, and chances are, not for certain, chances are it's going to be backwards compatible. So if you do get into the ecosystem now, there's a good chance that later on down the road, if you'd like to stay in that ecosystem but go to the next system, it sounds like we are going to be able to take some of these games with us, play them on the new Switch. I really do hope that we have access to do that. But again, we don't know when that's happening. We have no idea. Like I said, we're in year 7. And this has been a long generation for Nintendo, and you know, they could announce something tomorrow, or they could announce something at the end of next year. The question is, do you want to wait potentially until the end of next year to play Tears of the Kingdom? I can tell you the answer to that right now. The answer is no. So if you want a Switch, if you're looking at buying a Switch, even if it is just for Tears of the Kingdom, in my opinion, I think it's the best time to buy one. There are reasons why you wouldn't, but if you're looking at one, I say go for it. Sell it later when the new one comes out. But if you have any questions about any of this stuff, Switch specific questions, leave them down in the comments below. That is gonna do it for this one, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, make sure you are subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one.